of Tactical Response. We're doing a live stream just as we're getting the news, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And there may be some martial talking points to go along with it. Charlie Kirk has been shot in the neck, and I've watched the video, but this is all a lot of news to me. Kayla, why don't you go ahead and give your points because you're the one who wanted to do the live stream initially. And I might keep looking
So,
at trying to get info as we go on my phone.
right, and I'm opening up my laptop to do the same. The initial report that I got, because I just got home from like the kids pickup line, was that he was shot in the neck from a distance of about 200 yards away, and that it looked like a serious arterial bleed. So, first thing, like from the medical standpoint, like of course I'm going to start there, but the medical aspect of it, like I realized like this afternoon, because I was watching the incident with the girl on the train in Charlotte getting stabbed on the bus. And then I watched a video like last night of a dude with a machete in a Walmart in Michigan. And now we've got somebody getting shot in the neck at a college campus debate. And I'm like, the medical, like the ones that we were like, hey guys, we're giving you the just in cases, the worst case scenarios, because like they have a chance. Well, it's here, like it's happening. Yeah. And like people, like the scenarios seem to have gotten crazier and crazier over the years, but it just really struck home to me how deeply rooted in our reality they are. Mm-hmm. And if you've taken immediate action medical, like a shot to the femoral, or not to the, a shot to the carotid artery in your neck, like that is a lethal wound.
Yeah, it's not an easy one to fix.
No, the way that we teach to fix it in immediate action medical is to put a seal on it, because your lung actually goes up into that, like above your collarbone. So to put a seal on it, and then to do a pressure bandage to kind of give you like a wrap to give hands-free direct pressure. But like that's a Hail Mary solution. So if he didn't have somebody on his team or didn't have a medical team close enough on standby to actually get into that wound with hemostats and clamp it off, like he's not going to survive that.
Yep.
And it's that, like, I'm not sure the severity of it. Like I said, I haven't even got to watch the videos yet. I've been in my minivan for the last hour doing the school pickup stuff. But it like that's not a great place to get shot. In the ear, way better.
Sorry. Yeah, it's one of the things one of the things I tell my students when we're talking about arterial bleeds. I'm like, yeah, pretty much like you're pretty much fucked if you get it in the neck. Like it's not good, and so that's what I'm seeing right now for Charlie.
Well, the Kentucky gunslinger, the guy when he had shrapnel in his neck and he plugged it with his thumb. Mm-hmm. Like his thumb was doing the work of what hemostats would do. Mm-hmm. But like if Charlie wasn't capable of doing that, or somebody wasn't right there to do that for him or to be able to apply that dressing, like it's not looking good. Although I did get a report that he was like being given blood at a hospital. They were stabilizing him.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where people need to consider, like, when violence does happen, it happens fast. Mm-hmm. And you have to get it down perfect right then and there. Just like you're saying, if there's no one on the medical team that understands what they're doing, or on his team that knows what to do for this right then and there, like, he's done. And it's like, right. It's the same principles of when I talk about, like, yeah, like I believe your ability to shoot a gun is very important because you have windows of opportunity. And if you fail in that opportunity, that could mean life and death for a lot of people, or it can mean death for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Same goes for the medical side, because it's also, like, and I'm just relating to recent conversations I've had, but yeah, people focus way too much on the shooting part, the fighting part, as if the medical part is not a part of that.
Right.
And that's like, the thing I've been saying for quite a while now to my students is medical is a part of gunfighting. And it doesn't make sense to have the best bill drill and 1R1 drill if you bleed to death like a dumb fuck in a car accident. And so, yeah, this is.
And then, like, to think about it, we have not had a whole lot of sniper shootings in the U.S. Like, a handful, but it's not a common thing. But it seems to be happening more frequently.
Yeah, and it's one of the easiest tactics for someone to use if they want to inflict a lot of damage. Easiest. Like you don't even necessarily have to be that skilled to accomplish it.
200 yards.
Yeah.
That's how far this shot was. 200 yards. I've done that on my AK with like iron sights.
Yeah.
Like 200 yards.
Yeah, that's literally a distance that when I'd have just extra time at the range I'd play with, like, hey, let's do it one-handed, like it's not a crazy hard shot. And the simple concept of be somewhere where they can't see you, shoot the target and leave.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So
I think like with the political climate as it is, because let's be real, both sides are super pissed off.
Oh yeah.
And the moderates are probably more pissed off than either side. So you've got the entire country mad right now. And like with the stuff going on with ICE out in California, and like the train attacks and the machete attacks, all of that stuff going up, we're going to see more of this.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was something you and I were messaging about last night. I was sending you some Instagram reels. There's been, what I saw, 3 attacks on ICE, as in like armed. From what I saw, armed attacks. No one quote me because I'm not a journalist.
The internet will tell you if you're wrong. Don't worry.
Yeah. But here's the thing I'm saying. This is what I saw on Instagram. So go research it for yourself. But what I saw was 3 armed attacks on ICE, and now a bunch of them are quitting, because they don't want to get shot the fuck up for doing that job.
Well, and like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, throw shade at both sides, okay? Because like, let's be real, change doesn't occur without violence.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Like, does not occur without violence. Even if you like want to start like looking back to Martin Luther King in those days, like the stuff that actually caused change was violence from both sides.
Yeah.
And so for us to hold the beliefs, especially like of the mindset, like stand up and fight against your government, like that's what those people are doing now. Like they're standing up and fighting the government. So like that side of me is just like, yay, go y'all. And then the other side of me is just like, wait, the very woman who was just like, you guys are gangsters, do gangster shit. Like if this is a problem, like what's going on? Where y'all at? Is one of the same people that called for the January 6th protesters to be like put away forever because they're terrorists. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. I can't wrap my head around how you can hold both of those beliefs.
Yeah. And this is just a thing it's going to make people more mad. But yeah, it's like, man, and we were talking about the ICE thing last night. Like at first I was like, yeah, deport them, get rid of them. Awesome. Now from what I'm saying, I'm like, no, like I don't like what ICE is doing for various reasons, but and I'm not trying to make this about that, but it is a thing.
It does relate though. It's a fucking pendulum.
Yeah.
And like what I'm seeing as like just a normal person with what I feel like most people would think are reasonable beliefs, like reasonable. There are going to be people from both sides be like, hey, I don't like that part of your belief system, but everything else is cool, kind of thing. But like, it's insane to me that we as Americans can just sit by and not speak out on it. Like, if I'm sitting here like agreeing with both sides in the middle, I'm seeing them go tit for tat, and I'm like, y'all should both be punched in the mouth. Because you're just one-upping each other. And the people that are getting screwed over are the ones in the middle who have pretty reasonable belief systems.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm getting that mad at both of you, then like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. And
that's what, like, I think that this is in response. It would not surprise me at all if this connects directly to the ICE stuff going on out in California right now. Like, as a retaliation to that. Would not surprise me at all if that's the motivation behind this. And then, side note, this is also another distraction.
Yeah.
Like, so release the fucking files, guys. Release the fucking files.
Yeah, and that's really the most important thing. And it's like, I'm not even a Charlie Kirk supporter. I liked him initially, but then he's too pro-Israel for me. I don't support him. But like that is the thing again, is it's like, all right, now we're gonna let's do this. It'll make all the right-wing people mad at the left-wing people, and then they'll do something to the left wing. And it's just gonna keep us fighting each other. When yeah, again, we should have the Epstein files released. That's what matters right now.
Yeah.
You know?
That, like, they're like, shit, the alien stuff didn't work like we expected it to. We've got to go after what matters to them. Being pissy with the, like, they need somebody to hate.
Well, I don't think the alien stuff has really come yet. I think that what they're doing is they're building up for Project Bluebeam, and what they're going to do is they're going to put holograms out, making it look like there's aliens to create a one world government. But that's supposedly, I'm not going to say that's for sure what's going to happen. But what I think would happen with it, that's what I think would happen with it. All right.
No, like, my thing is, they started out releasing the alien stuff during the COVID times, like trying to distract us from all of our rights being trampled on. And they were also trying to release the Epstein files then, if you remember. Like, the first time they ever talked about aliens at the government level, where Mexico showed the picture, like, it was right about the time they were supposed to release the Epstein files. And then we have come full circle back.
Real quick. It's we got guys commenting that Charlie Kirk has died. Yeah, if you guys got any more information rolling in on this, it's kind of hard for us to do the live and also like research and report on it. This is more us talking right now.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for commenting. Has been shot. Sad day for America. Yeah, and you know what? Even if like I don't support Charlie, like I don't want him.
No,
you know, I don't need people shot.
Enemy is here. Like, and it's not your fellow American. And like, that's what me and you were going to talk about on the live stream tonight, is like the core of that. Like, who is the enemy? Because a lot of people who were very, very pro-Trump 2 years ago do not feel the same way now, myself included.
Yep. Like, same here.
And I was never like a Trump worshiper. I was like, hey, he's the lesser of the, like, I think that he has like the best business ideas for our country. I think he's a shit person. But
yeah.
So you had to overlook two shit people and focus on policies, and he is not following through with the policies he said he was going to follow through with. Not in the way he said he was going to do them.
Yeah, I think we got duped both times, and he's just an agent. I mean, again, It's like, it's funny because you always get tricked into these things. Like I listen to Andy Frisella, and this isn't saying anything bad about Andy, but when he talks about what's going on with the Epstein files and all that, he makes me think that Trump does have a plan. Because sure, there's a possibility of that still. I've lost my faith in it, in him.
I'm not finding anything that says he is passed. Like I'm looking right now, but I can't find 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
The Telegraph.
Breitbart has confirmed it, according to one of our commenters, Scully Cortez.
Shot.
By the way, Scully, I just saw you were commenting on some of my other videos. I appreciate you doing that.
What? Right. Hold on, let me refresh. If he's like, suspect is not in custody. They picked up the one person that they suspected, but he was later released.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Because like, I think probably the Trump shooter was like a very orchestrated thing. Now, was it to unite everyone for Trump, and it was not meant to kill him? I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty. I don't know. There's like ways that could have been true, but that's all speculation, and I'm not sure. But
so
what I'm saying here is with Charlie Kirk getting shot, I'm not.
This could be real.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not thinking that it's so much of a like conspiracy thing. I think it's probably
retaliation.
Yeah, I think it's an average like Joe on the left who did it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to Real America's Voice. That was one of the places quoted as confirming his death. Charlie Kirk shot is...
Okay. Pulling up Breitbart.
Yeah. Sam Russell said, can we stop living in interesting times?
Yeah.
Like, it was that damn fortune cookie I opened up as a kid. I swear. No, like things really are getting crazier and crazier. Like you and I were talking this afternoon about like conspiracy theories, and it's to the point like it's making people question reality.
Yeah.
Like this stuff runs so deep that it is legitimately making people question their reality.
Okay, expand on your thoughts on that. Because I mean, you've heard what I say about it, but
yeah. So, if we are to believe that this is all man-made, okay, so if you don't agree with the premise, you're not gonna like where any of this is going. But if we are to agree that this is man-made and that there is like an elite group of people ruling the world right now, I believe they have access to things that we would think are science fiction.
Oh yeah, that I'm 100% on board with.
That technology far exceeds what we believe it's capable of, and that we are just the peons who are not allowed access to it. The hard part for me, and like I struggle with it because I have contradicting thoughts about it, is like the amount of people involved wouldn't be able to keep their mouth shut. But like, isn't that how the theory starts? So it almost plays into their hand. But when I really start to like rabbit hole or try to follow the rabbits down and through the loops and the tunnels, it's like trying to trace it back to people that you know and base like trying to base the information on, okay, I know this person, and if I have that person as part of my life and I know they're a good person, the whole 7 degrees of separation thing, and they know this other person that's a part of the Hollywood stuff, but they're telling me they're a good person. I'm like, so where does it stop? Like, where does the deception stop? How do I know that the person that's a part of my life isn't part of the deception? Like, and that's what I meant by it starts to make you question your own reality, because it paints these, and like, I don't want to call any of the personal people in my life out, but it paints people like Kelly Clarkson. She is painted as America's sweetheart. Like, I can't help but love her. But she is a part of Hollywood, and it's like, I consider her a good person in my brain, but if she's a part of that, then she can't possibly be a good person. So how deep does it run?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, yeah, I sound like I'm schizophrenic.
No, that makes sense. It's kind of like like who's the Fed in class,
Yeah.
And it's obviously the guy saying the craziest stuff, or any girl.
So Ton B said Charlie spoke out about rising anti-white hate crimes. He said the Ukraine girl train stabbing was 100% a hate crime. It absolutely was. The guy was caught on recording saying that he stabbed that white bitch. Like, it was 1,000% a hate crime.
Yeah, but was it like, I don't know. I'm not trying to deny it, but it's like, or was that dude just a psycho? Like, was he targeting white people? I don't know.
Well.
Not
Using
trying
the
to take away from it.
No, using the standards we currently have set as a society, commenting on her race while saying he stabbed that bitch indicates that there's something there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It indicates there's something there. The thing about that, okay, I'm still not seeing that he is passed.
I'm literally searching Charlie Kirk dead, and I'm not finding it. But
I looked up On Real America's Voice and couldn't find it.
Like, but it also might be because the algorithm is pushing the story of him being shot, not him being dead. I don't know. Like more people have already clicked on that original story.
AP News said conservative activist Charlie Kirk in critical condition 10 minutes ago.
Okay. I mean, we'll know later anyways. So
yeah. But no, like, I really, if you want to dive a little bit deeper into the North Carolina thing, the judge that had released that specific dude that stabbed the Ukrainian girl and killed her was in a director's position at a mental health clinic she forced him to go to through the court.
So you're saying the judge is a director at a mental health clinic, and she forced the dude.
She was like on the board, like received money for like people being sent to her clinic, and then she was sentencing people to her clinic. That was one of the rabbit holes on that I went down last night. Like,
yeah, well, and that's I'm seeing fatally shot, and DC Drano's announced him dead.
So he did pass.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, again, this is all, it's coming out minutes later, and everyone's rushing to get this story. So, but
no, like, and it also goes back to what I was talking about earlier, having the contradiction thoughts myself with like so embedded that it's people you know that directly know somebody kind of thing. Charles. But the flip side of that is like I've met the average American. They're not smart enough to pull it off. Like the intricacies that a scheme like this would take, I don't think most people are smart enough to be a part of it.
Are you saying like for the overall like world domination, New World Order thing, or?
Yeah. Because there have to be a lot of worker bees.
Yeah.
Go.
I would say, I think it's still, I think there's definitely people working towards that. You can look at, how our finances are controlled, how our laws are controlled, how our politicians are funded. Hint, hint, everyone, look into that real quick. And I don't necessarily think it's like people know that that's the plan. I think there are certain people that are involved in the demonic side that are really high up that participate in that. And it's like, it's spirit cooking is just it's just performance art. Like, no, that's like what the fuck are you talking about? That's satanic. That's what that is. But the people down below on those, like, for instance, the Trump shooter, like, and I think potentially a few other shooters, they've been, just like MK Ultra, they've been controlled, like they've been
from the jump
subjected, into this. But like a lot of the other people, it's not so much like they're in on the plan, like our politicians, the whole idea of them just simply being puppets. They get money to push narratives and do certain things. They're compromised and they're not really in charge. They're not at the top. There's evil.
Yeah. Mark Curtis just called it Donald. I saw, I'm watching the NBC thing right now where they're saying that Donald Trump said that Charlie Kirk has passed.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. Also, Charles, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well.
Trump says
things are kind of crazy on that side of the world too. But yeah, there's a lot of violence going on all over the world right now. What was it? I think it was Nepal. Yeah, you can like literally just look at my that's what I'm about to do. Just look at my Instagram story. Yeah, Gen Z revolution in Nepal. So they're supposedly taking over the government there. I know there was a bunch of politicians killed in France. Recently. So there's a lot of violence going on everywhere.
This is one of my red flag indicators. When I start seeing, because TikTok is the only social media that I personally use. When I start seeing repeat videos from a month ago, I know something is happening somewhere in the world that they don't want me to know about. And when I say they, I mean whoever is in charge of whatever plan is happening, because there's too much for it to be a coincidence being blocked. Like, it is straight up censorship. And I could also be directly pointing at the United States government because they're in control of TikTok now. Like, and how quickly Facebook and Meta flipped the script with that. It was insane. But like, when I have only been seeing videos that were old, like videos that I'd already liked popping back up on my For You page. And so I started searching, and that's when I found out about the first ICE raid. And that's where I started seeing the attacks back in retaliation on ICE.
Yeah.
I had to actively search for it to see it, like populating, like as soon as we moved to a digital platform, we handed them the keys to roll us to 1984.
Yeah.
Like the moment
Mark,
we switched to a digital platform.
Yeah. Mark Ernest, yeah, you might be right. It might have been Germany, not France. I don't remember. I looked at my story, I didn't see. But yeah, there's a group of politicians that were killed.
I don't know if there were politicians killed in France, but there were absolutely huge protests/riots. It depended on what agency was reporting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one thing I do remember seeing that's for sure France was like the police no-go zones, like where they wouldn't really patrol. Those are they're lost. Like like they're getting messed up if they go in there. So that's what the recent report I saw was.
No, it is absolutely insane. Like, I want to know when everybody else is going to catch on that we are actively in World War III right
now. Okay.
What?
All right. So, footage that I'm seeing right now of the Charlie Kirk shooting. So, I'm going to pull that up. This might get us canceled or whatever, but, okay. Let me see. I'm going to go Instagram. I just sent it to my buddy. Oh, wow. First thing that pops up anyways. Okay. So click on, let me see. How do I get this? I don't know if I can make this a big screen or not. Actually.
Because the person who called me and told me about it said that the video he saw, there were two videos going around. One of them was AI and the other one wasn't. But he said that it looked like he absolutely got shot in the artery in the neck, and it looked like a severe arterial wound.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now, and it's it's like there's nothing you can do for that.
If I would like to see the video so that I can talk about it for Immediate Action Medical in the future.
Yeah, let me I'm gonna go to Facebook and see. It's on Mater Tour, Big Daddy Tour on Instagram. He's one of the black dudes that's teaching firearm safety and like bringing a lot of new people into it. I really like that guy. And also he had a video that I hang on, let me type because I can't fucking talk and type at the same time. He had a video that he put out on that subway stabbing because, you know, the thing everyone's saying about it is, or not everyone, but the thing I've seen people saying about it was like, oh, then they went and looted the girl after she bled to death. And he brought some light that that's not actually what happened. All right.
I didn't I've watched the video of right after, like I haven't seen the actual stabbing. I've seen the right up to it. And then as soon as he is done stabbing her, I've watched both of those videos and nobody got up to help her, or loot her. Everybody went, it was avoid, pretend this isn't happening.
I think it was after the fact, like after the dude left and everything, then they went and tried to do something, but I haven't looked into it that deep. Let me share the video that I was just talking about.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So
Kirk getting shot in Utah. It doesn't look like he's gonna make it.
Counting gang violence. Great.
The video that you just saw was Charlie Kirk getting shot in Utah. It doesn't look like he's gonna make it.
Watching that video, like if I would have seen that original video, I would have known the outcome.
Yeah, there's no making it through that. I'm gonna replay that again.
Counting gang violence. Great.
The video that you just saw was Charlie Kirk getting shot in.
Now, guys, I'm gonna play that again, and what I want you to think about is how easy we are to kill. This is why you want to take violence seriously. Like, don't imagine it as someone else. Imagine as if that happens to you or the person you care most about. Because to a lot of people, violence is considered some abstract thing that doesn't happen to us, watch this again from the perspective of someone you care about or yourself.
Counting gang violence. Great.
And let's
Video
think
that you
about
just saw
that
was Charlie Kirk getting shot.
realistically. What would your concealed carry gun have done for you in that scenario?
Nothing.
Like, if that guy did continue to shoot, thank God he didn't. But if that guy had continued to shoot, there was nothing anybody there could have done without locating and finding him. And let's be real, you're not going to do that in that situation.
Nope.
Like, not going to happen. And if you don't have medical gear with you and the capability to treat wounds, you are fucking useless.
Yep.
That is in like, and like, let's think about the butterfly effect of what just happened. When we have attacks like that begin to happen in our country, it is to try to stop you from getting out there and using your First Amendment right. Like, it is a fear tactic used by domestic terrorists to try to shut you up.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses me off that even for a moment, it puts fear in me to because now you have to step up and say something.
Yeah.
And like thinking about if I when I went and testified before Congress, like I have done things in a public arena before. I used to testify on campus debates at the University of Tennessee at Martin. Like I've put myself in that arena before, and people that I loved and cared about were there. And to think about like how much more dangerous that feels today than it did even 5 years ago, because we're seeing an uptick in it in the United States. Like it's no longer something that's just happening in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see this kind of uptick is like, it pisses me off. And like the only thing that I can do to keep from feeling helpless about it is to focus on the medical side of things.
Yeah.
The mindset and the medical side of things.
Now, and going back to like what you said about it's a way to silence you, to keep you scared from speaking out, and back to what you said about a retaliation, right? One thing like not a lot of people are that aware of, and really saddening, but they started deporting legal immigrants when they speak against Israel. Mm-hmm. Now, when I say that, a lot of our friends will be like, well, I don't think that an immigrant should be able to, and they think basically they're rioting, and causing problems like that. And like, that's not it, like it
is a peaceful protest, a legitimate peaceful protest, and people are being deported. People who come through the proper channels to get here, the people that anybody who was ever on Trump's side of things, either in the beginning to now, the people that he promised would be left alone are the first ones he's deporting, like ahead of the gang violence and all of the other stuff. Like, it's not about, it doesn't feel to me like he is doing it for the reasons he said he was. It feels more political than that. It's not to save our country. It's to lick somebody else's balls. Yeah,
I don't think it's 5D chess right now. I think it's protect the files. That's what I think.
Sorry, it's like I feel my nose flaring. I'm licking my teeth. I'm doing all I am pissed off right now. And Homestead asked, how is he doing? Unfortunately, he has passed away. Andrew showed the video, watching that video, he was not going to survive that injury.
Okay, I'll show it again.
He immediately went into a position, of like brain damage. If you look, like his arms flew up at his towards his chest. So my guess is the velocity of that round when it went into his throat, the wound canal that's created by the velocity actually like whooshed at his brain and immediately caused that brain damage to force him to go up and do that. Like he wasn't surviving that even if they got the bleeding stopped because of the velocity of that round. And if you've ever watched like a gelatin test, how it like the egg, I don't know what caliber it is yet. It's a rifle caliber. That's all we know. But if it was bigger than a 223, the velocity of that would have absolutely caused that wound canal to shift up into brain area.
Yeah, the way he just fell over instantly too. It's like there's nothing. He's dead.
And like it, I know that not everybody would agree. Like your opinion of herself is kind of like nepotism at its finest for yourself. I don't know what other way to describe it, but like I feel like a decently level-headed person, and I go back to like the extremists ruin it for everybody. And there are people who are not paid to be extremists that are extremists. And you're like, those people are only causing the problem to be worse. When you have people hop on the internet and like you readily admitted, like you were not a Charlie fan, but you're not here celebrating his death.
No.
I have already started seeing stuff pop up where like, good, he was MAGA. It's there already. And like the fact that we have come so far as a society, again, transferring to the digital footprint instead of doing things face to face and all of that, we've come so far that we have removed ourselves from reality, and consequences be damned.
Yeah.
Like
it's like, think about
how many okay to be extremists because they feel safe being extremist.
Well, it's like think about how many people that we used to be friends with, or even our blood family, that we don't talk to anymore because of political stuff.
So here's the deal. I have never cut anybody out of my life for their political beliefs. I have been cut out of others' lives because of my political beliefs. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Cato says that I can't show that video. Well, I'm going to let you know it's not to glorify him getting shots and make you take violence seriously. So for people that don't take violence seriously, that's sometimes the thing they need to see. And it's the reality of what happened. And that could be coming to a neighborhood near you sometime. So take that shit seriously.
Paul Markle recently, I can't remember if he either wrote it or he shared it, but he sent me an article that was talking about like 9/11 and us witnessing those events on TV and seeing it and how that's what made it real for and how us being protected from, like, we can't show this because it's too gory. Like, you let a bunch of 7th graders sit around the room and watch people jump out of buildings, but you're telling me that this is too gory. Shut the fuck up. You're just trying to keep me from being as mad as I should be about it. Like, hands down, that's what's going on. Brian, what I was saying earlier, like, he absolutely, if it didn't instantly kill him, he died within seconds from blood loss. Oh, no. And that was no hate on you, Cato. That's just something that, like, YouTube itself, like, they are a part of the problem. Yeah. They are bought and paid for by the people who are silencing you and keeping you from being as mad as you should be.
And we believe in a huge difference between allowed and able.
Oh, yeah.
Which will be tonight's conversation, by the way.
Our channel done got deleted once and we built it back up. Like, I've dealt with the consequences. Like, that's And I think that has to be what we do, is we just continue dealing with the consequences of actually showing that stuff. More people should be mad.
Yeah.
More people should be shocked. More people should know that is our reality. That's not something that only happens to other people. That happened at an event that I attended events exactly like that in college. Like, I went to campus debates.
Yeah, I've been at it was more when I was younger, and everyone believed in Bush, and I got brought to a couple different events, which is, it's like you were talking about the degrees of separation. Recently, I found out I'm like 5 degrees separated from Adolf Hitler based off of handshakes. And then I've shaken Dick Cheney's hand. And again, not people I like. I'm just saying the 5 degrees of separation, or 7 degrees or whatever. So it's like, yeah. And that was at an event when I shook Dick Cheney's hand. It was like a military thing. And so it's like, yeah, but it's a real thing that could happen in lots of places. Like I have students that were this year released from prison because they were at January 6th. Like this is a real thing that could affect a lot of people.
So Ryan Scales asked, why is it such a mystery? I don't know what you're asking, like what that's in reference to.
He commented that, I believe, when I was talking about to make violence real for people.
Okay.
It is so scary watching that shot. There's nothing you can do. I don't care what your split time is. Yeah.
And like anybody who has taken fighting pistol before has heard the quote, like, all skill is in vain when an angel pisses in the flintlock of your musket. Yeah. This is what they're talking about. Like, this is what that quote represents. Yep. And no, there is absolutely nothing that Charlie could have done to change that, or the people around him. It should open your eyes, though, to, like, if those shots had continued going, or if anybody else had been hurt. And then a side note to consider when anything like this happens, I don't see any of these injuries listed yet. But if you think back to the Las Vegas shooting, how many people's injuries were due to being trampled and stuff like that. So even if there's not a shooting injury that occurs, there are injuries that happen when a shooting occurs, even if it's not a gunshot wound. Like, there's still stuff to be done. And that only 2 things are required for PTSD to exist. 1, a trauma. 2, felt helplessness. And the only way to prevent felt helplessness is training. And in this situation, knowing that you did everything you could when medical and getting people out of there was the only thing that you could have done, would be the difference in you having PTSD and not. Like, whether or not you've had medical training is the difference in you living the rest of your life with PTSD or not.
Mm-hmm. So Mark said, this is going to change my public events, like the way fans on stage weren't tolerated after Dimebag Darrell was killed. Yeah. I was just thinking, Mark, that the 2 events, the subway stabbing and this event, go right with something that I have adopted of, number 1, don't use public transportation. Public transportation is fucking retarded. It's horrible. And I learned that at an earlier age, like in Hawaii, riding the buses and seeing like the fight didn't happen, but oh my God, was that guy mad at the other guy, and potentially over the dude sleeping with his girlfriend or something. That's what he was claiming. And then also seeing strung out meth heads on the bus, like just not a smart thing to be riding on public transportation. And oh yeah, don't put your kid on there. Like My parents did.
Yeah.
So bad. But then, yeah, don't use public transportation. Don't go to those large events. Now, that sucks too, because that goes back to like the whole fear to use to control us. But as a smart thing, don't go to those events. Like, I got kicked out of a concert a couple years ago, and I was the good guy. But I was a guy who was drunk at a concert, so I don't drink in public. I really don't drink at all anymore. And also, it's like, yeah, going to the hardcore show to see a Casey Strain, the hardcore kids are kind of crazy. You probably should expect you're in a stupid place full of stupid people, and that's what it was.
Yeah. It's just so unfortunate that the way to enact change is to go to large gatherings like that.
Mm-hmm.
As it's unfortunate that the way to enact change is to attend large gatherings like that.
Yeah.
Specifically political events. I'm not talking about concerts and things like that, but specifically to political events. And that, like, to think about the other side of the coin, like avoiding things like that, does that allow them to win?
Yeah.
Like, at what line, like, where do we draw the line between like paranoia and prepared?
Mm-hmm. And at what point are we not doing the right thing? You know, like your dad went to Bundy Ranch, I think it was called, right? He was doing the right thing. Are we just not going to do that?
And that's like, I remember going to a Second Amendment rally in Nashville, Tennessee. Back, it was probably 2016, 2017. And it was a huge rally. And like, we were going to those events to speak against some of the gun laws that were being proposed at that time. And it seems like those events are being targeted more so than the fun events. And it's like, because they're the important ones. And like, so again, where do we draw the line?
Yeah. And, you know, and this is also where it's like, I did a video recently. I've started this video series called Words Have Meaning. And so the first word I addressed was the word safe, which isn't a real thing, you know? So it's like, are you going to be safe, you know, by not going to this event?
Danger.
Yeah. You know, the shitty thing is I couldn't find where I got that definition from. So, but pulling up Merriam-Webster, it still is void of danger. It's just, actually, I got the piece of paper right here. Whoop, without knocking all my stuff over. I am tangled up in cords right now. Free from harm or risk. Yeah. So it's like, there's no such thing. And, you know, if not going to the event puts us in more danger, then, you know, later on, did we do the right thing? And also, at what point are we not going to make sacrifices? You know, because man, that is the scary fucking thing. You know, like I think I had talked to you when we were in Tennessee. I had time where I was just like, I was in Kentucky and the internet wasn't going to the bunkhouse. We fixed it. The bunkhouse has internet at Tap Rock Ridge now. But I was just like reflecting on death. Like, you know, like I've reached the age where I go, I'm not invincible. And I feel the beginnings of it's going to hurt when I'm old, you know? And so one of the things I was thinking about was I was reflecting on death there. And then I'd watched the series Sons of Liberty. And that whole thing is men taking risk, huge risk, and women to do the right thing. But they're like, yeah, no, if we get caught, they're going to fucking kill us.
Yeah.
But what will happen if we don't, you know? And hey, and here's the other thing. I think people on both sides right now are feeling that. That's why I think, again, unless this is just purely an orchestrated thing with Charlie Kirk, I think it was average Joe dude on the left that was like, fuck this guy, and then he shot him. just like I think it was. All right, well, that guy, I don't know where Kayla went, but I think it was average Joe dudes on the left that are, or probably people who got personally affected that are attacking ICE right now. I'm sure Kayla sent me a text here on what's going on. For her, I'm not sure why I lost her, but let me see if she's back. Nope, don't see her yet. But Kayla and I will be going live again tonight because I had done a video yesterday explaining why we need to stop saying law-abiding citizen because our language has power. And when you say law-abiding citizen, you're basically saying that you think the laws are good. And when that's totally retarded because we have a bunch of really, really, really bad laws. Don't got a message from Kayla yet. Wonder if her phone died or what. All right, let's hit these comments. You guys got any questions or anything you want to talk about? Go ahead, hit them up now. Because if Kayla doesn't come back, I'll probably hop off of here pretty soon. Let's see. Is she in? Nope. Okay. All right. We got Better Built Dogs. Oh, I hear her. She's in. All right.
My phone overheated.
Oh, yeah. Better Built Dogs. Terrorism involves the unlawful use of violence or threat of violence against people or property to further a political, religious, or ideological goal. This includes causing fear to change behavior. Yeah.
No, but what I was saying is like people, like as we go on, and I feel like I grew up seeing it. Like I was in school when the first like big school shooting happened, Columbine. Like I remember coming home from school that afternoon and my mom being a total wreck because it was so scary.
Yeah.
Like now I'm a mom that has to send my kids to school when there's a school shooting once a week sometimes. And it just like, it feels like people are becoming more and more emboldened. And I don't know the cause. Like there's so many different things that could be at play here. For the school shooting stuff, I think that our zero tolerance policy has a huge role in the becoming emboldened because you're getting the same consequences for bringing a gun to school as you would be for getting into a fist fight. And like you and I have discussed like the downfall of the nuclear family.
Yep.
And how that affects school, like people being emboldened to do these things, the mental health crisis. There's so many different things, but it's like they're all playing together to make it a big deal.
Are you saying it's all playing together?
But so legitimately, it becomes a big deal. Mm-hmm. Like if it was any one thing, I don't think we would see the volume of mass shootings that we do. And again, unfortunately, it feels like we went from one, like rarely, to now they're so common. I don't always get notified about them.
Yeah, but it's also a weird thing because it's like what actually constitutes a mass shooting? Because when you look at like a liberal statistic of it, they're including gang violence, right?
Yep. Where, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that are happening in grocery stores, like legit what we would consider mass shootings. They are becoming so common that I don't hear about all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to like, because my thing on why I'm saying I don't know is like I haven't looked hard at the numbers of how many there are. That because from the way you're saying from the way you are saying it, the way I'm hearing it is you're kind of saying like you are seeing it often, as in you have a perception that it's
right. It's absolutely like an opinion, not based in like factual things, but a perception base for me is we went from like I can pinpoint what shooting my dad was talking about in the videos that he used to do.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I don't feel like you can do that anymore based off of our videos. Like, how many mass shootings, like legit mass shootings, have there been in the last 6 months compared to what they were in 2014? Like that, and that's what I meant by like the perception part. Could we have had the news hidden from us in 2014 and it just not been to where we could find that it was hidden from us? Absolutely. But I don't know if it's a like a societal issue or if it is an orchestration to intentionally push it up, like we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, and is it just a
what
thing?
I meant,
Like
by
to distract, you know?
Say that one more time.
Or is it just another thing that they push to distract us?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, and every time I think about it that way, I feel like a dumbass for caring about anything besides the Epstein files, you know?
But I don't think it's just the Epstein files. Like, here, like, I have such a tinfoil hat on. I fully believe that the Epstein files are a cover for something much fucking bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Like, we're in fucking Inception here.
Yeah, motherfucking, we're gonna get into the ice wall now.
Like, really, that is, and this all circles back to my initial comment of that I feel like we are so deep in that it is altering our perception of reality.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I think with the more shootings that are happening, I think that the major cause of that is prescription drugs. Like, and also, yeah, break up the nuclear family. Like, no dad in the house, real bad thing. And then also we're giving kids like hormones that they shouldn't have, and we're putting them on SSRIs that they should not have. And you know, it's kind of like, I think that is one of probably the biggest thing is the SSRIs. It's like
that, because the hormones, that's this much, kids.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Not, every single time it happens, they're pushing it to piss right-wing people off. It is not as abundant as we think it is. The SSRIs are more abundant than we think they are.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a part of it, as in, like, we're giving kids shit into their body they should not have.
Right.
And I think that's the major issue. It's kind of like
fucking preservatives in food.
Yeah.
It's altering our brain chemistry.
Yeah.
Like, that, it's not even a question. We know it to be true. Yet, like, it's almost forced consumption of poisoned items at this point. Because, like, it has to be orchestrated. If you think about it in all of the little Lego pieces that go into this, like, before 1913, the United States was pretty self-sufficient. Like, its people were pretty self-sufficient. They didn't have to rely on the government very much. And then 1913 rolls around and you start just seeing the creation of government dependency over generations. And it starts out with like aggressive government dependency, but it's only for a small group of people that they push the aggressive government dependency on. And they're like, even though we're like losing skills and we're no longer canning food and we're no longer growing gardens, and we're going to start fining you for growing gardens, and we're going to start fining you for having your own chickens. Like, people are so focused on the aggressive that we don't realize the dependency that they created through passive aggression. And like, you and I are dependent on the government.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be real. If there wasn't a grocery store in town, I would, like, outside of the food that we have stored, like, say what happened to Waverly happened in Camden, where the floods, I had a buddy that lived in Waverly at the time of the floods. It washed out 25 years worth of his prepping supplies. He didn't have a can of chicken to his name after that. 25 years of supplies washed out with the flood. He was dependent on his community and the government. And So we have become so dependent as a society. Like, it was all orchestrated. They were playing with the aggressive dependence in our face while they were slowly taking away our independence behind our back.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You said dependence, right?
mm-hmm.
All right, hold up. You know where I'm going with this?
No, I don't know. Or like, there are a couple different directions we could take this. Oh, yep. There we go.
So people who haven't studied this, something I've started mentioning more often in videos. Maybe I haven't. I know I've said it in a video I'm going to post soon. But Taylor cycle, point of no return, dependence, and then there's bondage right there. So it's kind of, this is a cycle that all the countries go through, and I want you to ask: has America completed this cycle, or are we on it? And then think about that with rise and falls of different countries and governments that have gone throughout the world.
I can't see it, and I can't see the actual word. What is the word after dependence?
Bondage.
Like, we're there. It, like, if you think about it, they've been playing chess while we've been playing checkers because we bonded ourselves. There are people right now on the internet asking the government to take more of your rights away because of what just happened to Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
We are bonding ourselves. Like, we're past dependence. We were past dependence before we realized that we were even dependent.
Yeah.
Like, by the time you can recognize it, you're into the next cycle.
And let me do a quick crash course on this for people who haven't really thought of this. This is the way I think of it. All right. I'm not a scholar or anything like that, but we got bondage to faith. People oppose the conditions. So that would be like Revolutionary War. All right. And then faith to courage. Yeah, that could be Revolutionary War too, but we also had the Civil War in there, right? Then we had World War I and II, and we kind of felt like things were good. Like, we had the greatest generation and all that. And then we went into baby boomers. Yeah, baby boomers, abundance. What do we call baby boomers? Selfish. If
Emily was out here, she would have said old.
Sam Hyde had a really funny video on baby boomers. He was like, your grandma gambled away $1 million of your inheritance. She can't be allowed to go to casinos anymore. All right, but selfishness to complacency.
That is when the internet happened.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it could even be like Gen X era right here, like before the 90s. Apathy, personal responsibility lost. It's not my fault.
The internet was created in 88.
Yeah, but it wasn't like we were all using it.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you think about the cycle from two sides, from the people who are orchestrating the cycle versus the people who are caught up in the cycle started on the orchestration side with the invention of the internet.
Are you saying to create complacency, they gave us internet?
Yes.
Okay.
Live streaming, like, look at how far progressed we've become. Like, people who are comfortable, it's something that we see all the time. People who are comfortable in their homes aren't going to risk that comfort.
Yeah.
You've got Netflix and air conditioner. Why would you give that up?
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it from the orchestration aspect, that is the invention of the internet. Thanks, Al Gore.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was yeah. I'm sorry. I did not realize it was showing that screen. I'm such a boomer. Hang on.
How many lists have we added ourselves to for this conversation?
Oh,
that's what I want to know. Hey, Mr. FBI agent in charge of
The
my
funny,
phone.
Kayla, the funny thing is, you haven't even heard me say the craziest stuff I've said, and I've said a lot of crazy shit around you. So sorry, this is the screen. Hopefully, it's showing you the correct one now. Yeah, so that's the Tyler cycle. So
Gage is sitting out here with me. He was like, "Mom, it's not the FBI, it's the CIA."
It's not the CIA. I'm pretty sure it's like, you know, that like I can't remember.
The deep state.
Not the deep state. It's like the area that's like fighting with the CIA for the like America's money. It's like I can't.
Like the one world government stuff. See, I've even got my kid on board with this.
Sky said, "I'm fully radicalized now." Greetings, fellow white bald radical man.
Like, so he said, notice when the apathy cycle was about to start, processed foods were introduced on top of it.
Yeah, and he had
And
a good point earlier too. Is that even if you don't take SSRIs, it's in the fucking tap water. Yeah, like literally, chicks on birth control are turning men gay right now because their birth control is fucking up our hormones in our water supply.
Soy products.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you have a son, you should be looking and checking the ingredients, ensuring that he is not like ingesting too much soy. And they like, that's the thing. They put it in all of the school lunches.
Yeah.
It's in all kinds of stuff it shouldn't be in. It's one of those, you can't escape it at this point.
So what I will say for people, because I wanted to touch on this earlier when you first started talking about it. I'm about to go back on carnivore because I literally, number one, I did real good on carnivore, and now I put on some weight fucking around on my diet, got lazy. Okay, so number one, unacceptable, have to fix that. Number two, my brain functions better on carnivore and with fasting. And thinking about too, like parasites that are in people, like gut health and stuff, look into fasting. Like from what I am seeing, if you're worried about cancer, if you're worried about parasites, if you're too fat, if your brain is not functioning properly, look into fasting. Try to keep off sugar. Like bread is sugar, rice is sugar. And I'm saying from my experience, because I know Kayla's made, you've lost a fucking person off of your body.
I've lost more than I weigh now. I've lost more than I'm down to 165 pounds.
There's like a whole nother Kayla that's been sweated out in Camden.
No, I just stopped eating what it took to maintain her. Like I starved that bitch to death. No, but talking about the fasting, that's how I've maintained my weight loss.
Yep.
Like I am, if you do the weight loss surgeries and that like you have seriously considered the risk versus the reward, and that's what it took for you to kickstart yourself, great. But looking at the long-term success rates for weight loss surgery, for any kind of bariatric surgery, it's either 5 or 10 years, it's only a 5% success rate. And I started my weight loss in 2021. So I'm on year 4 and I'm still losing. Not only am I maintaining, but my body composition is still changing and I'm still losing fat.
Nice.
And I've done that. Like if you had to say what one thing did you change that worked best for you, was like I did OMAD to kickstart this, and that drastically reduced my caloric intake, and I've maintained it with intermittent fasting. Here's the thing, you can cycle that and kind of give yourself a reset. So it's not something that I consistently do. I only weigh myself once every like 2 weeks, and I have a range. Like, okay, I want to stay in between this range. And if I'm at the lower end of that, I'm like, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And when I get to the higher end of it, I'm like, I'm going to go back to fasting.
Yeah. Casey, Pure Ballistics. I think, it was like one of our trips that we did. We did some trip. I think it was right at the end of him doing carnivore and intermediate fasting, or he had done like a water fast for several days too. He did some really good work.
If you're going to do stuff like that, you need to talk to your doctor and stuff first. Like going without any electrolytes and stuff like that, the water fast and then the dry fasting, talk to your doctor before you do it. Make sure it's not going to fuck your heart up. Electrolyte imbalances are dangerous.
And I would tell everyone, you'll probably feel better putting some sea salt in your water right now and just drinking more of that. I do like, and I got to do a video on this.
You'll pee out any extra salt.
Yeah, I do like throughout the day, sea salt, creatine, cream of tartar, because that gives you potassium, ginger, fresh ground ginger, good for gut health and actually makes water taste good, lime juice, and on ice water.
Although if you have blood pressure issues, salt really does cause you to retain more water, and it will increase your blood pressure. And that's why I'm telling you, talk to your doctor before you do stuff like that. And there are ways to get your blood pressure under control by doing some of the things that your doctor will recommend against. But doctors are good for emergency stuff. They're not good for chronic care stuff. And what I'm asking you to prevent is an emergency. Like, make sure that cutting salt out that quickly, or not cutting salt, cutting all the other stuff out that quickly, or doing a water fast is not going to cause an emergency for you. And then find a better doctor and go talk to them about how to change your lifestyle to where you can't, even with the blood, you fix the blood pressure issues instead of having to avoid salt to keep it from spiking.
Yeah. I think most people, though, I think we're probably, if you don't have that, I think most people could use more salt in their diet, the majority.
My professional opinion on the matter, while it does help young, healthy people to make them feel better, I don't meet a whole lot of people over 40 not on blood pressure medications.
Okay.
And salt absolutely has stuff to do with your blood pressure. Granted, the kind of salt you're eating, the kind of food you're eating, all of that plays a role, but it's not a one-size-fits-all answer, so I don't like giving those.
All right, if you look like me.
Yeah. If you are otherwise young and healthy, if you don't have any other pre-existing conditions, you should add salt to your stuff.
Okay. So for Charlie Kirk, is there anything else you want to cover?
No matter how you felt about him, on either whatever side you were on, I just wanted to he was known for being respectful, polite, kind, and giving the other person a platform to speak on. And when he would give his retorts, they were never attacking somebody's character. They were always based in fact and logic. And I think that the butterfly effect of Charlie being shot and killed, using his position the way that he used it for an open dialogue, is going to have a greater effect on the American people than we believe, because we are losing the ability to have dialogue about issues that separate us as one side of the aisle or the other. We're losing the ability to debate and have discussions about it. And if we are not actively working against it, we are going to turn into a society that believes violence is the only answer for anything.
Yeah, I think also one thing to consider with this event is when events like this do happen, don't right away think that it was okay, so there's going to be instigators. That's what I think. I think this possibly could be, although I think it's probably just a pissed off dude on the other side, but very easily more events like this could end up happening that are orchestrated to cause further division. And again, we need to think about who the real enemy is. I don't think the real enemy is someone who thinks tax dollars should go to this or that
fellow
thing.
American.
Yeah.
Quit letting them
Yeah.
trick you.
Like Kayla and I disagree on a ton of shit. Like we're literally talking about shit we disagree with today. And she's like, yeah.
Religion. We were talking about religion. Like, hot topic.
Yeah. And then she called me and was like, we need to do a live stream right now. This happened. I went, okay. So, all right, guys. And we'll be doing.
We're going to be back on Tactical Responses, like YouTube and socials tonight at 7:00 Central Time, where we will pick back up on this, a little bit of this conversation, but we really want to dive into what you and I were discussing last night, which will be relative to the conversation we've had today.
And then for our Florida mans and Florida mams, that is 8 p.m. Florida time. Yeah. All right.
7 Central, 8 Eastern.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Keep fighting communism. Kill all pedophiles. Remember that training saves lives.
And your responsibility to be ready for the fight.